How's it going, Dave and Comic Book Investments? So, got some stuff back from CGC. Got some pretty good stuff. I felt like it was a bit of a slump for a while of not getting very good stuff back, but I mean, although I did get that X-Men #1 last week. So, I don't know. Beyond that, I feel like I've been getting a lot of. Anyways, got some good stuff back. This is not everything. This is just some of the stuff that I feel like going through. I got a ton of Spider-Man ones, not the 1960s version, but the 1990s version. Lots of them. I think like 15 copies. All 9/6, 9/8 for the most part. All this stuff is on our website, collectorscomics.com. So let's just get into it. I know you guys like looking at these books. All right. We got the first appearance of Scorpion. Trying to make sure that there's no glare. Hopefully there's no glare on that. First appearance of Scorpion. I got 2 copies of these, actually. I got a lower grade. I don't know what it is, but this one is the 5.0. Came back the grade I was hoping for. For the most part, most of these grades got decent. I got a few really good ones, a few bad ones, but I would say overall they're pretty good, except the modern box. Ugh. But to be fair, that modern box is an old box that was graded long ago. Um, anyways, price for this one is $9.49. Next we got is first Kingpin. It's a cool cover, cool red cover, but this is the UK version. As you can tell, the price is not 12 cents. It's 10. Was it 10D? 10D. I don't know what the D stands for. I know P is pence, so I don't know what the D is for. All my UK fans out there, you probably guys know what the D stands for. 5.5 to 6.0, got the 5.5, $11.99. Stacking comics, these cases, and they lock in place, always reminds me of, I used to love when I was a kid, Lincoln logs. I don't know if they're still a thing. You get little logs, you build like log cabins with them, and they sink in the spot. Very similar to Legos, but they're a little looser, like kind of like these are a little looser, but they get in. All right, Spider-Man 300. This is a good one. Thought it'd be 8.5 and got the 9 for $1,000. This one, never had this book before. Took a chance on this book. Came back a good grade. Very happy with it all around. Personally, I mean, it is J. Scott Campbell, so I do love his art, especially on women. But of the 4 that you could get, this is probably the best one, in my opinion. The other ones are more like homage and things like that. But anyways, Black Cat #1. This is the J. Scott Campbell D variant. This is the more desired one. $14.89. What year did this come out? 2019. So 3 years old. Here we go. Got some Golden Age stuff. You know, it's funny. I used to get these comics, not all the time, but more often than now. Now, they just get harder and harder to get. Captain America Comics 52. Nothing special about this book, right? I don't think there's anything, nothing real special about this book. Not even like one of the cooler ones where they have like, you know, fighting some ghoul or a Nazi or something like that. Just some bank robbers. Came back to where I was hoping for, 1,400. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, like, you know, maybe 5 years and prior, like when I first started this back in 2009, man, I would get like Fantasy 15s. I would get, you know, old Golden Age like that, tons of books like that, and they were just commonplace for me to get. And they just weren't, you know, worth what they are now. And now people are realizing how rare those like Timelies are and old Golden Age are, and so they buy them up and they don't release them. They don't. So, yeah. Getting harder and harder to find. Love this book. First appearance of Hulk and Thing battling. I always put this on whenever I have it. 5B25 got 3.0, so a good bump there. $13.49. I did try out these QR codes on the back of CGC. Yeah, they work pretty well. And they're pretty nice. I don't have to type it in anymore. So I like the QR codes. And I'm glad they're free. I'm glad I don't have to like be logged in because I'm usually logged in on my desktop. I have my phone, and I'm like, great. I might have to like figure out my password and typing email address and all that. But nope, just go straight there. What's this? FF50. Dobby 7.0 got some 5. 1425. I really don't like this. I'm not a fan of that cover. I'm just not a fan of the brown. I think I've said it multiple times. Not really my thing. I like 55 better than that. I like 49. 48 is really cool too, but 50 and this one, I don't know how I feel about this cover. I know it's the first appearance of Hercules, but I don't know, just all the other stuff going on. I don't know. Journey Mystery Annual number 1. Came back to where I was hoping. 1059. Here we go. I think I've had this book once or twice before. It's Captain Marvel Jr. versus Captain Nazi. Very cool looking cover. Master Comics number 34. Let's see what I thought this would be. I thought it'd be 4.5, got a 4.0, but not too much of a difference there. 1999. First appearance of Weapon X23. NYX number 3. Came back great. I was hoping for 1625. Now this one coming up is pretty weird. I don't know what's going on with it, but so this one is the German variant, but I believe it's Michael Turner cover. Yes, Michael Turner cover. It's a variant cover. Batman Superman 4. Number 98 is written on the back. I don't know how many there was in total. Looks like 499. Okay, so less than 500 exist of this that were made back in 2004. And this is number 98. So now, the interesting thing about this is the label. So on the comic, it says Batman Superman. But every other one you see that gets graded, it says Superman/Batman number 4. This is the only one I've seen that says Batman/Superman number 4. Now I thought like, okay, is it a mistake? What's going on? How do they do it? But it says all the right stuff. Germany variant, 98 on the cover, contains blah, blah, Panini, Deutschland, 08. The other ones that say Superman, Batman always say DC Comics, DC as the publisher. This one says, I don't know how to say Panini. It's the German version. So I try to think, I'm like, do I have the actual German version and everyone else has like a US version of the German version? I don't know. But I looked at everything. It looks the same. So I don't know which way is the correct way of doing it, of CGC. But so far, this is the only one that exists that has the Batman/Superman with the correct information. All the other ones say DC Comic as the publisher. That is not correct because it's not published by DC. I mean, it is, but it isn't. So who knows? I don't know what's going on with CGC. Regardless, I mean, I could send it in and get it as the other ones, but I don't care. It's good enough. This is, who knows what the right way is? I don't know. You'd have to actually ask DC because CGC just makes this stuff up. Like, obviously, they're right most of the time, but they kind of do it their way. And I also found out this is insane to me. I don't know how CGC does it because I don't know anyone that works there, but I do know someone that works at CBCS, and that would be my dad. This is not all. So you ever wonder, like, how do, like, you know, sometimes labels get mixed up like this and they type it in differently? Because right here, up here at the variant, it says Germany/variant cover. That's what it says. All the other ones, first of all, on the left, but they'll say German variant cover, not Germany/variant cover. I'm like, well, why would they even put in a different way of saying it? Why do the other ones say? Because they manually type in all this stuff. You would think you would pull up this X-Men 94 right here, and everything would just go pop up. Nope, my dad was telling me, he's like, I have to type in all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they have some of it that's automated, but I was like, everything should be automated. Like, there's nothing changing about this X-Men 94. But he was telling me, it's like, yeah, but you have to look through and you have to do research to make sure there's no first appearance of some random character that only appeared once, because who knows, they'll make a movie and then they'll be like, I think that was like Moon Knight Volume 2, number 1 or number 2. Ethan Hawke, the character he played in Moon Knight. I forget his name now. But he only appeared one time in one comic book, and they made him a villain. So now it's like, before that would never be mentioned in here, up in these little screen things up here. But, and they put it, my dad was saying they put it in categories, how many times they appear, makes the character more valuable. Maybe they'll put it up on the label, but they have to research and put every single character that ever appears, because you never know that 50 years from now, they decide to put him in a movie or a TV show or something like that becomes popular. And then it's like, oh, it's the first appearance of so-and-so that was never on the label before. So I don't know. You think they would just put all that stuff anyways? Like, how many people are really first appearing in something? And I guess, yeah, I don't know. It's odd to me how they do it. But anyways, so he has to manually put in a lot of stuff, information. All right, came back great. I was hoping for 1779. Let's move these down. I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to move this all the way up here. Good. Okay. Let's put these two boxes together. All right. These I thought were kind of interesting. Not very valuable, but you got these Blackthorn 3D series, and you have some Star Wars in 3D. Number 30 came back great. I was hoping for $89. You just don't see these very often, so I thought I'd showcase them. This one, not the best to cover, but number 47, thought it'd be 9.6, got a 9.4, $199. It's a little more rare. And then this cover looks cooler, but I always like how, when was this made? 88. They should have known Darth Vader's colors by 88. He's in purple and blue. He's supposed to be in all black. I don't know. Came back where I was hoping for, $199. This is what I was talking about. So, first appearance, Midnight Suns. Doesn't even say it on the label, because who knows why. But CGC, that's what I'm talking about. CGC didn't think Midnight Suns was important, and then all of a sudden one day it becomes important, so now they have to go back, and it even says the rise of the Midnight Suns on the title of the actual comic book, but CGC notes gatefold, centerfold, and polybagged removed. All right, as you can see up here, this is a 9.0. Now, you might be wondering why I'm looking at this book like this. I sent in 10 copies of this. I graded them all 9.6s and 9.8s. They all came back 8.0s, majority of them, and a couple 9.0s. I could not believe it. I was just like, oh my God. And I just looked at this book again. An 8.0, like I should be able to see some defect on this book. Spine, perfect. A little thing there, but still 9.8 range. Like, yeah, I'd have to look at it closer with better light. But nonetheless, these all came back 9.0s or 8.0s, and I couldn't believe it. I was just like, whatever. Like, because at the time, I should have sold these a while ago, but at the time they were valuable. Now they've just dropped in price. So even I think like an 8.0 or a 9.8 goes for like $80 or something like that. So even if I like decided to like fix whatever minor things are wrong with this, like press it or something like that and send it back in, it's like, what's the point? And I get a 9.8 and then it just drops down to like $60 for a 9.8, and then it's like, okay, I just spent more money into it. Nonetheless, I thought they were all like 9.6s, 9.8s, somewhere around there. But to get 8.0s, 9.0s, it's like, yeah, maybe I missed something, didn't really look it over correctly or something like that, and maybe it could be lower. But to be that low, I don't know about that. But again, these were graded almost a year ago, or I sent them in a year ago. I don't know, whatever it was. So old graders, $35 for this. So, needless to say, I was not too happy about those grades. But anything during that time that I sent, I got pretty much beat up. We got Spider-Man #1, Silver Edition. I got a whole bunch of 9/8 of these. 109. I think I even have some that are cheaper than 109. I don't know. I can't remember. Spider-Man 117, second Green Goblin. Came back gray. I was hoping for 349. It was his first appearance of Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, and Professor Warren. Spider-Man 31. Thought it'd be 6.0, got 5.5. 6.99. This is the first John Romita. First John Romita on Spider-Man. He actually did Spider-Man in Daredevil 16 and 17 first. Got a 6.5. Thought it'd be 6.0. So happy there. 6.49. And this is the continuation of this story. I don't know. I think I like 39 better art-wise than 40. I like how he's standing over Green Goblin. But for some reason, I feel like the art of Spider-Man, like the art of Green Goblin was great. I love this. But the way Spider-Man is standing, it makes his head look like he has no neck. And then his shoulders look kind of really small but big at the same time. And his proportions are just off. Like his pecs are really short and his torso is really broad. I don't know. I don't think the Spider-Man is a very good Spider-Man drawing, in my personal opinion. Green Goblin, fantastic. Love it. But that's just my opinion. I thought it'd be 7.5, got a 7.0, 6.79. Number 51 came out great. I was hoping for 3.79. Second Kingpin, which, who knows? Kingpin will probably return with Daredevil. This is a good one for me. I thought it'd be 9.2, and it got that 9.6. So 15.99 makes a huge difference. Too bad it didn't get a 9.9. That's what, why can't I get that? Why can't I send something in and I think it's a 9.0 and it comes back a 9.9? Man, that happened once. Not a 9.0. We thought it would be a 9.6, came back a 9.9. It was a Walking Dead #1. That was very odd. Very odd indeed. We sent in 2 Walking Deads. One was a 9.8 and one was a 9.6. The 9.8 came back a 9.6 and the 9.6 came back a 9.9. Wow. You just never really know. This is way, way back in the day. This is probably 2012 or something. I got a whole bunch of these, all different grade ranges. This one was just the best one. I thought it'd be 8.0 and got a 9.4. Massive, massive jump. Puts it at 13.79. I think one of the reasons why is it has a slight bit of cover tanning, and I thought they would downgrade for that. But I guess they didn't. But who am I to argue? I'm just a low person. I am not as great and as powerful as CGC. I don't even know how to grade. I graded that Ghost Rider much higher than an 8.0. But the powers that be said it was a 9.4, this Spider-Man, so that's what it is. All right, this one, I don't really have, do I have? Came out great, I thought. Why? Because this was a cracked case. I was just showing you guys. This took me about 4 weeks to get back. They sent me a book and it was damaged when I got it back. And, they sent me a label and it was all free, a mechanical error. And it came back pretty quick. So all I have to do is put it in, like the inner case is fine. This had to put it on a new outer case. Third appearance, Wolverine. I thought it'd be an 8.0, got a 7.0, so that's a big ding there. 2.95. And then last we got this cool cover of Hercules battling Thor. Yeah, Jack Kirby. I wonder what that would be worth. If the original art of that cover, probably in I don't know, 500,000, probably at least. I'm trying to think. It's hard to say because art is all subjective. Now, Jack Kirby commands a lot of money, and it all depends if you have two people bidding against each other. But it could go for 500,000. I mean, there's that Mike Zeck of Spiderman in the black costume, not even the cover. The splash page sold for 3 million or whatever it was. Frank Miller, that was an iconic cover. This is not as iconic as the Frank Miller Dark Knight, but 500,000, yeah, I can see it. I would be surprised if it went for less than 300, and I'd be surprised. Actually, if it went for $1 million, I'd be surprised if it went over $1 million. That's just my take. What do you guys think? What do you think? The original cover to this, what would it go for in auction? Came back a 5.5. I thought it would be 5.0, so $249. That will be it. Have a great day.